Hello, welcome to a short video of my current game. This is the current state of the build. It's still exceptionally buggy, so you'll see a few things in this video that I'm not proud of, but I thought it's good to probably show a video of its current state, because it's sort of getting there. Okay, so this is the intro scene. We'll just wait for it to fade in, and then it'll show you a new game. So this is where you build your sort of starship. You've got a number of things to build from. So what I've been doing over the current week is sort of redrawing all the sort of elements that you can build up your ship from, because they were looking a bit rubbish, to be honest. So I've sort of been trying to tweak them, and some of them are looking a lot nicer, so that's good. But I think in this playthrough I just choose a random one eventually. It's just showing you some of the random concepts that it comes up with. This one's called the Terror. You get given a random name each playthrough, but you can change that. You can customize that now, whereas you couldn't before. Yeah, and I think I choose this one in the end. Okay, nothing's really changed here apart from the font at the bottom. I've just changed it to sort of a Gill Sans because it's a nicer font. Okay, and what this playthrough is going to show is here we are in our starting orbit around the planet Ors, and then we check out the missions. So what we do here is we hover over the missions to see where the missions are taking us. So that's taken us quite far away. That one's taken us even further away, so I don't think we'll go for that one, because early on in the mission you won't have enough resources to really go for these long missions. You have to sort of either ignore them or go for the closer missions. Now there's one there basically right at the sun that we can go for. It's just checking out a probe. Now in this playthrough you won't get to see the conclusion of this because the game actually crashed before I could complete it, but this kind of shows you what you do. You pick a mission, and then in this case we need to get some additional resources, so we bring our orbit back into the sort of interaction orbit, which is the green line. That enables us to get resources from the planet. Oh, and here what I'm showing you here is how you can rearrange your crew to optimize your crew. So each crew member specializes in a certain field, and if they are given the job role in that specialty field, then they perform better. So what I did there is I just rearranged my crew to be fully optimized. Okay, here I am just buying some additional fuel and oxygen before we set off on our mission to find out what happened to this probe, this battle probe. Okay, so here we are. Let's check the speed up time, and we want to increase our apogee. So now using the planet's gravity to swing ourselves towards the sun, and that P symbol, which is where our probe is. That's what we've got to go and find. And we have a nice little arrow pointing us there. So then we just speed up time, and then what would happen is the probe would have to get within our scanning range, and then we basically have completed the objective. But in this case the game crashed because I haven't quite debugged the travel code when the velocity is very high. So because this is very close to the sun, we end up speeding up and speeding up and speeding up, and then it just went wrong. So here's a different example mission. This one is where we're going to do a planetary landing. So here we are on our starting planet again. This one is called Zia. So this is a completely different playthrough. And similarly again, we increase our orbit, our apogee, until we can interact with Kaya. In fact, we are going to fly by it at this rate, so I think what we end up doing is going closer to it and then doing a retrograde. And I think I try a retrograde early, but I think I'm just too far away to do it. Yeah, look, I'm trying it there, but it didn't work. So eventually, after some faffing around with the orbit, yeah, look, you see here we're actually getting closer to our home planet than the moon, so I give up and get closer and closer. all the time our oxygen is burning down and our fuel is being burnt down, so I've wasted effectively fuel there, which I probably need to actually get into orbit in this planet, in this moon, sorry. What you can see on there on the radar, a little white sort of satellite dish symbol, that tells us there is a probe in that direction or something. Could be a ring, could be another event. Basically that's for you to sort of go out and find and have interactions with other objects in this solar system. So, okay, looks like I'm still too far away from this moon to really get good interaction, but you can see the effect of the moon's gravity on our trajectory as it bends off. So here we are, a lot closer now. We can actually see details of the surface. You can see here we are very close to the surface, but we're definitely caught now by the moon's gravity. So what we will do is we'll get even closer, and then we'll do another couple of orbit burns, although our fuel is very low here. Look, it's 0.9. It's giving us a little warning that we're very close to the surface. If we get too close to the surface, we end up crashing. But in this case, what we want to do is just get into a stable-ish orbit so that we can land one of our probes. It's not really a probe, it's more of a shuttle, little shuttle onto the surface. So I think, yep, that's a stable enough orbit. We just speed up time to get in there, and now we're in. We have the red landing symbol, and here we are. This is our little lander. The arrow gives us our trajectory. Ignore that bugginess, which I need to fix. And here we have a separate fuel and oxygen meter because we're in a separate vehicle now. We're trying to fly towards our objective, which is this, and then we jetson out a parachute to slow us down. Kills our velocity a little bit as we descend towards the surface, but we have to jettison it and use our thrusters at the end because the parachute is not 100% effective. Here it comes floating down, and as you can see, there are far too many buildings spawning on this planet. And you can see I've still got the debug number text on here, so I still need to fix that. So, but this is roughly what landing looks like. What should have happened then is I should have been replenished with oxygen and fuel, but there are so many bugs in this landing sequence at the moment that I need to fix it. And you can see the little people walking around. The idea is that you're meant to rescue one of them. Now what happens here is I actually botched this landing around about here. There we go. And that is the end of it. So yeah, I'm still working on it, and I'm hoping to get a demo out probably early next year. Alright, thank you.